haven't heard you talk much. You need to get it. You need to get the show on the road. You got to start talking. Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, so let's talk about the market.
Let's talk about the market, baby.
Right. So what are you saying?
Let's talk about you and me. Okay. So what about the market? You want to talk about it? Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Why not? We just got the July report.
Okay. What happened? What happened on the July report?
Well, median home price is up. Went from 440 up to 450. But, in May we went to 442. June dropped to 440.
Yeah, and how is that relevant? Like, why does that really even matter?
Well, it matters just because it's a metric that you can follow.
Uh-huh.
All right? So it's something you can at least kind of gauge the market, what's happening.
Yeah.
All right, so here you go.
So if the houses went up, what's that mean? Let's just say if the houses went up, like they're up a median price at 450 right now. What does that translate to? Like, in layman's terms, because I don't even know.
Well, so again, it's a market indicator. Mm-hmm. All right, so think of it this way. Sorry, so real quick, just for perspective.
Okay.
All right, prior to 2008, before the crash, median home price in Vegas was $310,000.
Right.
Okay, median is not average. Median is the middle.
Okay.
But again, it's a consistent measure, so you can actually measure from it.
Yeah.
Okay, so prior to the crash of 2008, we hit 310. Collapse happens. Prior to the pandemic, we had worked our way. I'm sorry, 315. My apologies. 315 prior to the crash. Prior to the pandemic, we hit 310. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we had just about got ourselves back.
Okay.
All right. So now we're in a pandemic. What should happen?
Right.
Well, there should be a crash of everything.
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't. Right.
I feel like
so
there
we
was.
literally went. It was temporary.
I think it's still
Stock
crashing.
Market.
I think it's still crashing.
No.
So you think we did a full?
We are an expansive because we went from 310,000 prior to the pandemic, after the pandemic, and still kind of in it.
Uh-huh.
So basically, from 2021 all the way through half of 2022, we jumped up to a $485,000 median home price. It's a single family.
I know, but do you really think that the price of the home dictates, the median price of the home dictates whether or not we're still in a crisis in the pandemic?
Well, yes, in the sense that the value of homes went up dramatically. Like you're talking about 50+% increase.
I don't know how it's. I don't know why.
Like a shutdown.
Why do you think that happened? Do you think it's just because California just bum rushed us?
Well, California is where we get the majority of our immigration. Like 34% of the immigration.
But they did bum rush us in COVID times, because remember the rates were low.
Right.
They were coming in and they were like, "We need a house." It was like a mad, like they were climbing over the mountains.
But you also had the investors like BlackRock.
Yeah.
Okay? We're part of the Sun Belt. Okay.
Right.
We're not as dramatic as Arizona, but we are part of the Sun Belt. So now you got the hedge funds coming in. They're coming in, and this is where all those, remember all the cash offers, and they're paying above. So now you have the retail buyer literally getting X'd out of every deal because they can't afford to pay over the actual comp price.
Right. I remember people were coming in like $30,000, $60,000, $50,000 higher. I'm like, who's got that kind of cash laying around? I don't.
Right. So that's what accelerated the market. That's supply and demand.
Yeah.
Okay. The demand's going nuts. Supply was still low.
Right.
All right. And now you got all these buyers out there.
So what's going on now?
So now we're kind of, so everything's sentiment, right? So everything is how people feel. And I don't like that. Because everybody, how do you feel?
How do you feel? It's like, no, I'm a dollar and cents girl. I'm like, I need to know the numbers. The numbers are how I feel.
Okay, so here's the numbers.
Yeah.
310 before the pandemic.
Right.
By the end of last year, not the end of last year, but the end of May 2022, we hit $485,000 median home price.
Okay.
That was the top. We've drifted down. So we hit the fall going into the winter. We hit 425,000.
Oh, we got some more viewers.
Right?
Hi, guys.
Tony. Okay.
Ranaudo.
Yes.
Yes. Tony Ranaudo.
Present.
You guys. Tony Ranaudo. Just came in, like, first time meeting him, super stellar guy, awesome real estate agent, knows his shit. If you're watching, like, you guys can hear that this guy knows what he's talking about. I love that. Like, awesome. So
yeah, well, nobody really knows what's going to happen, but you at least have to look. But now, all right, so follow me on
No, I have no idea what you're. I mean,
okay,
how to read the reports. I'm following you.
Right. So we hit 485. You followed that.
Yes.
So we went from 310 with a pandemic to 485.
Right.
All right. So supply and demand, we kind of explained that. The Californians are flooding in. The hedge funds are flying in with their cash. All right. So now what happens? We hit the top of the market and we drift down.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of settled right at 425 early this year. So 425,000 median price.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
We finally get a bump up in May, and I think we hit 442.
Okay.
June we dropped back to 440, and now the July report we hit 450.
450.
So now
we're up.
only 35,000 from the top of this time last year.
Right.
However, prior to the pandemic, in 2020, we went from 310. We're sitting at 450. That's a $140,000 price increase in the median home price.
Yeah.
Right. So the market. Think of it this way. Like I kind of look at things like stock charts.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So pandemic hit 310, 485. We come down to 425. We sit.
Right.
And then 440.
Right.
442. 440. 450.
Yeah.
We're consolidating. Now, what was also interesting to me is that in February, the number of homes going under contract within 30 days was 41.8%. Okay?
Okay.
This last July, this has been coming up, just this last report, 68.8%, I believe is the number. So figure 69% of homes are literally going under contract in under 30 days. What does that mean? That's liquidity in the market. That means that buyers and sellers have a meeting of the minds. So the sellers, you still have some of them out there, but luxury homes kind of tilt things a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But you have the meeting of the minds because the sellers are finally understanding, I do have to meet the market.
Yeah.
I'm not selling last year. I'm selling right now. So now you have more liquidity in the market. Inventory's still low. We got a 1.7 month supply, up from 1.6 last month.
Yeah.
Less transactions, but it's summer. It's slower time.
Right.
So we're settled. It just now what's going to happen?
I don't know.
Are we going to kind of take a punch down, or are we going to kind of curl back up?
I wish I knew. God, I wish I had a crystal
ball. Nobody knows. We need news. That's what we need. We need good news. Is there any good news?
I think that this is news right here. I mean, if anybody caught any of that information, you could tell that this guy studies charts, and he also.
I'm single. Yeah.
He's single. I always ask. I'm like, so just. Listen, we don't, the chart report was amazing, but we want to know if you're single or not. Single.
No,
he's single, ladies.
I'm single.
He's single.
Yeah.
Okay, and.
I just bought a new car. That's my new thing.
What's your star sign?
Oh, I'm a Pisces.
Ooh, he's a Pisces. Yay.
I'm not sure which moon of mine is rising.
I have no idea either. I just know that Pisces are pretty cool.